we'll be learning to make this watercolor mandala today. I'm happy to share my learning experience with all of you. I'll be doing this work using brush pens. The materials what you all will be needing is a sheet, then you'll be needing brush pens or watercolors, whatever you have with you, and we'll be needing flat brush. Any flat brush will do. Plus for mandala we'll be needing fine liners. If you have fine liners, that is good. If you don't have, then also it's fine. We can do it with any gel pen. Basic gel pen if you have, that will also do. First of all, we'll tape the sheet. I'm using an A5 size sheet and it is of 320 GSM. Because I am doing watercolor on it, so I have taken a 320 GSM paper. Anything above 200 GSM is okay. First, I will be applying water on it, on the sheet. We have to apply water on the sheet because we are doing watercolor. So just soak your sheet with a lot of water. I think you would be able to see the transparency of water in the camera. Just wet your sheet with water. I personally enjoy using brush pens as watercolor. You all can use other mediums also if you have. And today I will be using warm colors for the background. See, after applying water, I am putting my brush pen strokes onto the tape. Okay. This is how I feel more convenient, as I want a translucent effect in the center. I don't want a dark center because I am making mandala on it. So I use this way. If I apply it directly on the sheet, then it becomes dark. First I will apply whatever color I want to use on the above of my tape. And now just with water, I will start spreading the color. Just see how beautifully it is coming in the center. Are you guys doing along with me? I will be happy to see your works. With this technique, it gets very easy to blend the colors. Okay, I'll go a little slow. And this is the best part of doing watercolor with brush pens. It gets so soothing to just keep on moving your brush. If there is color in your brush, then you just clean it once, then go again and move your brush on the whole sheet for giving a good mix. Hi guys, those who have just joined, I'll just tell you I'm Loveleen Kaur from Le Lovely Art, and I'm sharing my learning experience with all of you for a background watercolor, and then I'll be making mandala on top of it. So I think it's done. I am happy with the effect. You can always pull the color from outside of the tape. If you feel that you want to add some more color somewhere, you can always use again a brush pen on top of it and then pull that color onto your sheet. Yes, this is how I make my background. You can check my feed. I have made other works using this technique. Hope you all are doing along with me. When you are done with your this thing like this watercolor background, just give me a thumbs up so that we can move ahead. Yes, I have used these 4 colors, these 4 Camlin brush pens I have used. These are all warm colors. Always whenever you want to mix the colors, just keep the scheme in your mind that you want to go for warm colors or you want the cool color effect. So if you go along with the scheme of the colors, then your art will turn beautiful. I have used Camlin brush pens. These are reasonable and good to use. Shall we move ahead with the mandala? I will also tell you how to take out this tape, because there's a technique to take out this tape, otherwise you will tear your paper. And we will draw the mandala only when this sheet has dried out. Okay, so today for this session I have painted another sheet which is dried. I will be using that. but you all can wait for some time, or you can use a blower to dry this sheet. Okay guys, now I'll just tell you how to take out this tape. This is the masking tape which comes in the market. In any stationery shop you will easily find this. So it helps that the color won't go on your sheet. Whenever you have to remove this tape, just remove it, take it away from your artwork, okay? Then your paper will not get tear. Always just take it away from your artwork. Hello everyone. We are doing watercolor mandala background art today. See how beautiful it has come out. The colors are looking really nice, and then it has given that because we have used this tape, so it has given a margin to the art also. It always looks nice when we give a margin to the artwork. So shall I go ahead? Please give me a thumbs up. I'll be using another sheet which is totally dry. I painted yesterday. I always give time to the sheet to get thoroughly dried up, so that the pen whichever we use on top of it, that doesn't bleeds. Okay, now we'll move for the mandala. This is my dried sheet which I had painted yesterday, and I'll be sharing my learning experience of making a mandala on top of this. It takes at least 2 to 3 hours to dry on its own if the weather is hot. I use Brusco fine liners for the mandala. You can use any gel pen. First of all, we'll have to take the center of this sheet . So this is the center of my sheet. I'll be using this Maped compass because it can hold a pen. Yes, you can draw the mandala in a different blank sheet because right now your watercolor must not have dried. So you can draw it on another one, but show me the complete artwork after completing on the same sheet. I would love to see your work. I'll be using 0.5 fine liner of Brusto for making the circles. Okay, this is my compass with the pen, and I will be taking 0.5 mm. The first circle I want to take is of 0.5 mm. Yes, I am using watercolor paper. This is 320 GSM. For making a mandala, we have to make a grid first. Then only we can make a very perfect mandala, you can say. So now I'll be starting with the grid first, and then we'll move ahead. See, for making a grid for the mandala, I am using this protector, and I will be marking at each 10 degrees. Both the sides I will make this 10 degrees marks along with my protector. Now on the marks, I will be joining the center and the mark. Always make sure that the point of the center and at the end lies on the same side of the scale. If you will make these lines perfectly, then definitely your mandala will look too beautiful. Join all these dots. Make sure that they lie on the same side of the scale. Many artists make mandala without any grid, but I always make a grid so that it becomes nice, beautiful. Thank you so much. Priyanka. If you make a perfect grid, your mandala will definitely look perfect afterwards. See, mandala making is a very slow process, and we all should enjoy this process. If we'll hurry up, then definitely we'll mess up our art. Okay, so finally I've made the grid. Let's move ahead with the concentric circles. The first circle I've already told you, this is for 0.5 mm, and I'll be making another circle beside it. Now one more circle I'll be making just close to it. Oh, I don't know why. I have made 4 circles till now, and one more circle I want to make, and then we'll start. See, in the innermost circle, I just want to color the circle completely. I'll be making a circle here, small circle, and giving it a look of a water droplet. For the innermost circle, you have to make, I'll show you in this on this white paper. See, this is my innermost circle, and I want to give it a look of a water droplet, so I'll be making another small circle in it, and then I'll be making this kind of a shape. Okay, and I will be coloring rest of the area with the black pen. Okay, this is the water droplet we have made. And now going to the next circle, we'll be just creating lines. Straight lines we'll be making in the next circle. Now another circle will be making small circles. Okay. In the next concentric circles, we'll be making small circles, and whatever part is seen, will color it. Whatever negative is left, will color it. So up till here I have completed the water droplet, then the lines, and then circles. Now one more circle I will be making for starting the mandala work. After making this circle with the pen, I will be making another circles, concentric circles with the pencil, because those circles I don't want to be seen distinguished. So I'll be making them with the pencil. First I will be making a mark of 5 mm. And then I will be taking a mark of 6 mm, and after that 7 mm. These 3 concentric circles I will be making. From this last circle I have taken the measurement of 5 mm for the first circle, and from here I have taken the measurement of 6 mm. And from here next measurement is of 7 mm. Okay, now I'll start with the mandala work, and for this I will be using 0.2 degree Brustro pen. Are you all making along with me? See, the first pattern of the mandala is inverted U. It's just simple inverted U. Okay, you just have to make inverted U like this. And then we'll be making a straight line inside it with a dot. Straight line and a dot. See, the first angle which you can see, we'll be making an inverted U in that. The angles which we have already made, we'll be making the inverted U of that size only. Like this. Now we'll be making the straight line and a dot inside it. See, initially when the mandala pattern is very small because of the small circle, so it's not necessary to make too much of design in that pattern. After this, next I will be making use of the pattern which I'll show you here. That is, I'll make in this manner a pointed petal, like you have seen petals of a flower. So you will just have to take your pen in a curved position and then give it a point and then come again with a curve. Okay, like this. You can take the reference of the grid. One thing which I have forgotten to tell you is that in the space between these two inverted U, there is a small gap that I will be filling with a small circle. First fill it with a small circle, this gap which is there between these U, and then we'll make pointed petal on top of it. Okay, these small circles will fill the gap, and now we'll make the pointed petal. Just take the curves once. You can always make like this also. First make the curve of one side and then come back and make the curve for the another side. Now in the design which I have made in this is, first I will have to make the offset, because this is having some space, so I have made the offset for this design, and then I have divided this design into two halves, and I have colored shaded this part, half side of this pattern. Okay, like this. We'll do it in the fair sheet now. First all of you make the offset of this design Now we'll divide this design into two halves. And we'll color one side of the half. We'll fill it with the black pen. Okay, moving ahead with the next design. Again, in the next design I have used the pointed petal shape. Okay, see, we have to make this pointed petal again. And then we have to make this offset in it. And then in the center we'll be making a small circle, a dot actually, and then a circle outside it, and then we'll make flower in it, like petals of a round flower. And whatever space is left between the petals, that space we'll color it with the black. Like this. Okay, now let's make it on the fair sheet. See, when we make a grid, it helps us a lot because we get the center of this petal, and then our work becomes easier for making the petals. Now we'll make the offset of these pointed petals. Now we have to make a small circle in the center of the design of this petal, a small circle. And then again a semicircle above this small circle. Okay, now I will be making the flower. And I will be coloring the negatives with the black pen. When you color the negatives, the gap between your design, the beauty of the design enhances. So here we complete our next design. Now after this we'll be making another circle with the pen. Okay, because I want to show this circle, so I'll make another concentric circle after this design with black pen. I will be making a dark circle as I want to end my design here. One design I want to end here, so I am making this circle darker so that my design enhances. I will fill it with black pen. Now the space which is there between this space I will be making simple lines, straight lines over here. Okay. Just fill this gap with the lines. Okay, have you all made till here? Just give me a thumbs up so that I get to know. After this I have made another circle of 1 mm distance from this circle, and again a 1 mm distance, taking a distance of 1 mm again I will be making another circle. And in this circle I will again make the small circles. I always make small circles in my artwork because they look very beautiful. Whatever gap is there between these circles, you have to fill that gap. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Have you completed till here? Now I'll be going to the outer circle. So for that we have to make another circle with the pen, taking a distance of 1 mm. This circle I will be drawing with the pen because I want to show it in my design. And after that again I will be taking a 5 mm mark, and then a 6 mm mark, and lastly a 7 mm mark. These marks I will be making circle using the pencil, because after my design gets complete I will erase these circles. This is my 5 mm circle from the line. This is 6 mm, and then lastly this is the 7 mm. So in this, what we have to make, for in the first circle we'll again make use of this inverted U. Okay, this inverted U I will be making, but this time I will be making an offset in between it. Okay, this is the first design which we'll make for the outer circle with the offset. See, now you have a bigger space, so you can fit 2 inverted circles in between it. If you make one big inverted circle, it won't look nice, so we'll divide this portion into 2 halves and make 2 inverted circles. When you practice, your hand becomes runny, you become little fast. It all depends on the practice. Now I will be making an offset in between this inverted U and leaving this as it is, because it's very small, so I don't want to mess it up by making some other design in between it. Okay, so after this we have to make another design using the pointed petal. Now in this design what we have to do is we have to make the pointed petal like this, then we have to make the offset, And then in between this, what I have made is, I have made a swirl. I'll show you here. This is like, I'll make the swirl and I'll be giving it a bulge inside. Okay, so in this petal I will be making this swirl and giving it a bulge inside, and whatever area is left outside it, that I will be filling it with the black pen. Okay, now first we'll make the pointed petal. We are getting short of time. In between these U, we have to make this small circle to fill the gap, and then we'll make the pointed petal here. And then we'll make the offset. Now inside it I'll be making a swirl with a bulge, and I will be coloring the negatives. I'll be making a swirl with a bulge and I will be coloring the negatives. Okay, now the last one is left. In that we'll again make use of this pointed petal like this. I'll just show it till here because we are already getting late. Again we'll make the offset of this petal, and we'll divide this petal into two halves. On the one side I will be using slant lines. Slant lines we have to make on the one side, and on the another side I will be making a paisley design. Have you understood this paisley design? Or I'll show you on this. See, this is our petal. We have made the offset and we have divided into two halves. We'll be making a swirl actually first. Okay, this is the first swirl, and then we'll join this swirl to the bottom of this petal. Okay, and on the other side we have made these slant lines. Okay, this is our last design. And now I will be just making one line here and here for filling this gap, and I will be coloring it. We'll be making an inverted V over here and we'll color it. And lastly I will be marking this circle with a pen because this is my final circle and I want to show this circle. Whenever you end your design, if you give it a margin or a border sort of things, it enhances your design. Okay guys, so it's 6 o'clock and I will be leaving it here only. I hope you all enjoyed with me, and you all can share your work with me at Learn Lovely Art or at Mandalas and Features. You can tag both of us to show your work.